Hello everybody, I'm here playing some TF2 as the demo man, and I know what you're saying. I've been gone for a month, I'm sorry, I've been busy, I've been doing other things, let's plays, all this kind of crap, but I'm back now, and I'm here playing as the demo man, with the Islander, the splendid screen, and the lock and load. Now I'm glad to be doing this because I've been gone for so long, and I apologise for being gone. Now that we're past that, I can get to what I really wanted to talk about, which was history repeating itself. Now I don't mean literal history and about the Napoleonic Wars being the same as World War II, how they both ended in Russia during the winter. No, don't mean that at all. If I was talking about that, you should not be watching me playing TF2. I'm talking about media, or more particularly video games. Now video games is a relatively new market from around the 70s and blew up a bit after, but it's always been relatively new. It's been a new medium compared to, let's say, movies or music. But movies and music have had a problem appear in them, which is they've become very repetitive and simple. Now simple isn't necessarily a problem, but repetitive is. Repetitive means that the means of entertainment is not advancing as a means of entertainment. It's just staying the way it is. Now this is very true for movies. Movies has been devolved to demakes, remakes, sequels, prequels, so on. Like it's never really been advancing for a while. Like for example, I was watching a top 10 recently, and the top 10 was actually top 10 movies to be looking forward to for 2014. Now I was thinking, oh, that's great, I could be looking forward to a few movies because I've always been into my cinema and stuff. But then I realised that 9 of them were sequels, or prequels, or remakes. Like, it's ridiculous. One of them was an original, brand new movie that has not been done before. That's sad. It's sad to see it that way. Like, the only thing I'm seeing new around movies lately is book adaptations, and even then, they're not really advancing, they're just copying a book. If you wanted to know the storyline, you could just read the book. So like, and music has become very simple. Now I don't mean music in general, there's still great bands out there and you can still very much enjoy them the way you want to, but I'm just saying music in the pop form has become very, very, very repetitive and not well done. Like, you could tell from the Axis of Awesome that 4 chords, you know, it always repeats itself, and it's a worrying thing that it can't really evolve from this 4 chord pattern. Like, and this makes me worry about video games, because video games is such a great market. But there's cracks begin to show in video games as well. Like, for example, there is Call of Duty. Now, I like Call of Duty. I loved Call of Duty 4. I loved World at War. I even liked Modern Warfare 2. I just did not like any of the games after that because they didn't put anything new into them. No new mechanics, just new guns, a new lick of paint, and then they just throw it out there. They're like churning them out like a conveyor belt. And that gets to me because I loved those games. They don't seem to want to change it that much. And without change in this world, there's no way of going forward. We're just going on in circles. Now I was thinking, okay, it's fine, it's just one franchise, they're just doing it because they're worried of how they'll advance for the future. They're thinking that if they change the formula too much, they won't sell. Which is a dangerous way to think, but I was thinking, only one franchise, it should be fine. But no, other franchises are beginning to do it as well. Take Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed has a very, very fun game. Even the multiplayer is a lot of fun. But they seem to be bringing one out every year. And they're saying, oh, we made this while we were doing Assassin's Creed 2. Because they're appealing to people who like Assassin's Creed 2, I presume. But it seems worrying that they made this during Assassin's Creed 2 and they wouldn't tell us about it until like the last second. It seems more along the lines that they just didn't bother to like, you know, put lots of work in it, made it put a few changes after a year and then threw it out there. Now, it doesn't seem that way yet. There's a reason I said yet. Like Assassin's Creed 4, I haven't played it, but I've heard it is a very good game. It concentrates on what it's good at, which is like a pirate game. Kind of, not really. But people want to see it as a pirate game because it's the closest thing they got at the moment. But that's great. It's basically just an expansion on the one mini game in Assassin's Creed 3. But still, what about after that? Are they going to make more sequels? Because they seem to be making a lot of sequels. It's slightly worrying to me that they just keep churning out new ones every year and hoping people would buy them. And people do buy them because they liked the originals. But it's worrying for people who don't make leaps forward in gaming, because it means we've stopped trying. It means we can't go forward anymore because we're stuck in this one spot, this one formula of how to make this game. And that's not the way it should be. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be so simple to make a game. You should put a lot of work, a lot of creativity, a lot of thought into it. You can't just go, okay, we'll add this mechanic and this mechanic and this mechanic. We'll just throw it all in there. But you can't really do that. It's not right. You have to try and change it a bit. And like, granted, Assassin's Creed 4 is very different to Assassin's Creed 3 as what I've heard. But what about if they make an Assassin's Creed 5 or an Assassin's Creed 4 Blackbeard's Revenge? Wouldn't that be worrying if it's staggeringly similar to Assassin's Creed 4? Like, I'm not worrying. I am worrying, but I'm not worrying that they're going to do that. But what if they do? What if other companies such as, I don't know, Far Cry, I doubt Far Cry is going to do it, but I doubt, like, all these different popular franchises, what if they all get reduced to a simple formula that never advances, it stays the same? That's why I get worried about video games for the future. Because where can we go from here? Graphics have gotten amazing. Graphics have gotten as high as they can go. They can go higher, I'd say, for the next few years. But what if they stop getting higher? Then where will they go? See, that's the problem. If things can't go any higher, they can't advance. And if they can't advance, people stop using them. People stop playing them eventually. They realize how it's not advancing. And that's worrying for me. Like, I don't see why you can't advance in this sort of medium. But there's still a lot of companies that make brand new games, brand new ideas, and make it great. They make great games. And it seems more along the lines of, and indie games seem to be doing it a lot more so, but I know why, because they want attention, and they need to get attention to their very small company in order to try and get some attention so they can get some money together to make their next one. They're paying the bills. But they're not the ones being repetitive though. It's the bigger corporations, the bigger publishers are the ones who seem to have big publishers are the ones who are doing this, like Activision and such, and Ubisoft. Now, I like Ubisoft. They make some great games. Watch Dogs is coming out soon, and I am ecstatic for that. And Watch Dogs, by the way, great new idea. It's like they added a surveillance thing to it. They gave it an underlayer. It isn't about being a shooter. It's a brand new idea of like being able to control things through hacking, which is a great new mechanic. But like, in fairness, there's still loads of other examples of franchises that haven't advanced enough. They haven't become new franchises. They haven't added on to what they already have. And that's worrying to me. Say what you think in the comments. If you liked it, subscribe, like. If you didn't like it, don't subscribe, like. But that's all for now, I suppose. Say what you think in the comments. See you guys next time. Bye.